which is great. That's why I love Riverside. Riverside stuff. Yeah. All right, let's get this thing going. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Neue.Indie. I'm gonna get this intro right one of these days. Wait, there we go. What up, y'all? Welcome. I'm excited. Frank, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man. I'm excited to be here, man. Another one in the book.
We got another one, man. I like the consistency. That's what we always preaching, consistency. And we've been on it recently. All right, man. Let's see what we got. What we got on the docket for this episode. I think we're gonna try to run the segments again at the top like we did because it seemed like it felt good last episode. So y'all let us know if y'all like the segments at the top or y'all prefer a little later in the segment or later in the episode. Let us know in the comments. But today's topic is going to be around the psychology of procrastination. Lord knows. And Frank, this is something that you gonna take some lead on. Why did this, like, what sparked this one? I'm curious.
It's something personal for me. You know what I'm saying? I think procrastination, back in the day, it used to take me months to write a record, bro. Like, I was just like,
Really?
perfect. You know what I'm saying? So it's something dear to my heart, and I think that once I got over that hurdle, I see my career take off. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was great help.
We're gonna dig into that. That's a good one, though.
Yes, sir. Burn that hard drive. Put it out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, your mic turned up. I just like that. I like that. It sounds better now. It felt
sounds
low
better.
Now.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't realize it was low until.
Yeah. I got closer to it. Yeah.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah, man.
Sweet. So we're gonna talk about that, the psychology of procrastination. Also, in music business news, it's an interesting headline. Does Suno really give you full copyright ownership of your song? That was something that, yeah. I feel like AI is going to be the buzz in the music scene for a while. So
it is. Absolutely.
We'll keep talking about it. It's on
100%.
brand. We are the Neue.Indie. We got to talk about this stuff. So, also in film and entertainment, this was dope. Spider-Man Noir drops May 27th. And this is the black and white Spider-Man. Like it got a whole different vibe. It's like Nick Cage leading it, right?
Yep, Nicolas Cage is and he's also the voice actor in the Into the Spider-Verse, and now he is. Yeah, so now he's the lead actor, which it comes full circle, which is dope.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Some tech news, it looks like, or culture tech current event news. Cars, Scout Traveler EREV.
EREV. Yeah. Are you into electric cars, vehicles?
Well, I got a Tesla, so to that extent.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about that.
All right. Yeah, so this was one of Frank's segments, so I'm curious about that. I haven't even seen this one, dude. I just saw it on our little show flow. And then lastly, all systems in one. So we're talking about gaming. It seems like there's a headline of combining. Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, she put a Nintendo Wii and Xbox and a PlayStation fully functional, the hardware into one system. And what does that look like? That's actually fire. And will she get in trouble for this?
That's what I'm saying. That would be my next question.
Yeah, will she get in trouble for this?
When are the lawsuits coming from?
Yeah.
That sounds fire though.
It's fire. How she did it looks dope. So
all right, we're gonna check that out. And then lastly, we're gonna talk about some sync stuff. What's the best way to make money with music? Is sync the best way to make money with music? My bad, I misread that.
Yeah.
I would say, actually, I'm not gonna say what I want to say right now because
not
yet. Let's get to this Suno news real quick. See if I can share my screen.
Bad.
This is a okay. So this is not a video. This is just a carousel. But maybe you can get some context while I'm pulling this up, Frank.
Let's see.
Here we go.
Boom. The Suno really give you full copyright ownership of your song. I think that this is especially around AI creation. I think this is the overarching question. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to use AI and create AI artists, and I think that this person tackled it fairly well here.
All right.
I could have sworn
Let's
it was a
read
video.
it. Was it? Maybe hold on. Let me a video maybe at the end. Nah, it's a hella long post.
It's just a hella long post. Let's
All
read
right,
it.
let me read some of it.
Yeah.
Does Suno really give you full copyright ownership of your song? So, full copy, or excuse me, disclaimer, a couple caveats. I am not a lawyer, and this is not an anti-AI post. My goal is simply to help artists and songwriters understand ownership, copyright, publishing, and the gray areas that currently exist, because many people genuinely don't understand what these terms actually mean yet. This is very true. Yeah. So if someone says I own the song, usually means I own the copyright to the lyrics and melody. Makes sense? There's two parts to it.
Yes, sir.
In other words, who actually authored the composition, who created the lyrics, the melody, and the musical expression. That's the conversation that must be had. And so I'm assuming when he said, okay, the copyright. So he's talking about the master and publishing.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah, everybody has different ways that they talk about master and publishing. It always throws me off. Like, I was talking to my attorney, my music attorney, the other day, and I was explaining a deal to her, and we both had to like get to an alignment on what do we mean when we're talking about the different sides of the song, so that we could actually like take the deal.
Right.
Anyway, finish the deal out, but I'll keep reading. I've seen many comments saying, I paid for Suno Pro, therefore I fully own my song. But is that what Suno's own terms of services is really saying, or services really says? Here's Suno's exact wording. Suno hereby assigns to you, Suno hereby assigns to you all of its right, title, and interest in and to any output owned by Suno. Notice the word owned by Suno. That's an interesting clarification right there.
Very interesting.
Then immediately after that, their terms say this: due to the nature of machine learning, Suno makes no representation or warranty to you that any copyright will vest in any output. Read that again carefully. It says, due to the nature of machine learning, Suno makes no representation or warranty to you that any copyright will vest in any output. I'll keep reading. Their terms also say output may not be unique across users, and the service may generate the same or similar output for a third party. Oh, shoot. That creates an obvious question. It's saying questions around originality, exclusivity, ownership, copyright disputes. This is good. This is a good carousel. I will keep going. My goal is to educate and empower artists and songwriters. Again, this is not an anti-AI post. AI is an amazing tool, but it is moving faster than the legal system. And hold on, wait. That's a bar right there. I don't think people realize that. AI is moving way faster than anything we've seen, especially the legal system. You know how slow that is to adopt.
That's going to be slow as.
Yeah, man. And I don't believe we yet know how this will all shake out. Many artists I talk to just do not understand the gray areas yet. I'll keep reading. And so, hold on. Okay. And if you want to use Suno for a demo or for creative arrangement ideas, go for it. But if your goal is a professional music career, I want to encourage you to write your own songs without the help of AI, both the lyrics and the melody. And you should absolutely understand what you own, what you may not own, and what the terms actually say. Amen to this. And shout out to Chris
Molitor.
Chris Molitor. Shout out Chris Molitor.
Shout out. Hey man, I feel like this is the conversation that needs to be had. I mean, it's a pretty long carousel, but I think it's dope, especially for the indie artists and people who are, you're scared that AI is going to take your job. Realistically, when you look at that, most companies are not going to want to use an AI song because of that. You know what I mean? So it's like
it's so
you gotta
like
be careful.
yeah, it's so ambiguous. It's very. I mean, they say a lot. It's just everything's wild, wild west. But I feel like this really is. It's so unprecedented. Like
Yeah,
how quick all of this stuff is moving, and this is one of those things too. Like, and I wonder how many artists who listen to this or just are pursuing music on some level of seriousness. You know what I mean? Like really understand what copyright means, like understands how master publishing, writer splits, all this kind of stuff really works. And I know enough to be dangerous. Like we run a company around it, so we need to have a working knowledge of how these things affect
100%.
Across the board when it comes to us representing music, us pitching music, for brands and TV shows and all this other kind of stuff. But when I left the label, actually during the time with the label, and even when I left the label that first year, I was still very ignorant to all of this stuff. You know what I mean? I barely knew. Actually, I really didn't know what my PROs were doing. You know what I mean? So,
right.
And that's the thing that's always the question for me around AI is just like, well, I know there's a sound recording. I know there's lyrics and melody that's creating, the underlying work of what we're actually hearing as far as the output, and it's taking fragments of all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean, to output. And I'm just like, I don't. It's hard to know that Suno can claim like any ownership or provide any type of ownership because it's all sparse from people that everybody. They didn't get permission from. Yeah. So that's the dangerous thing. I feel like powerful tool, but I don't know if it's ready for the legal ramifications.
The crazy part is there's a whole page that I don't want to say I follow them. I'm more so nosy.
You follow them.
I'm nosy. All right, I'm nosy, right?
You hit the follow button.
I hit the follow button just to see. There are legit people. There's a Suno artist group of people who are claiming to be. I'm going to tread lightly. They're claiming to be artists, but all they do is use Suno. And they're sharing their numbers, bro. They're sharing their AI image. They're sharing the songs that they created, and then they're also sharing their
how much they're making,
their distro kit and their TuneCore. And I'm seeing like there's one AI artist. He was like, yeah, I started it 3 months ago, and I'm bringing in $10K a month. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like how.
I'm about to start a faceless AI on this video.
Facts, bro. Facts. Like SlimeDot, but
yeah, we should talk about that. That's so funny.
We should, yeah.
But yeah, man, that's the crazy thing about it. I like some of the measures that Spotify is taking to try to differentiate between that which was 100% human created or whatever that, however you feel about that versus that which was, generative output, AI, Yeah. Because I mean, I just do think I think it's good for clarity, especially while we're trying to work out the legal stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's so I think we should probably talk about SlimeDot a bit. Yeah. Like tell us about who SlimeDot is for those who don't know.
SlimeDot is what I thought was a fully AI generated artist. I'm not gonna lie. I heard the records and I'm just like, these are fire, bro.
Fuego.
And you sent me a bar. You sent me a bar, and I was like, if AI is right in this bar, then it's very scary. All right, we're in a dangerous place. But yeah. But then it came out that you sent me. I think did you send it to me last night or yesterday? Whenever.
I sent it to you like a couple hours ago.
Yeah. Where GQ put out a whole article and said this is a real person.
Yeah. Which threw me. So SlimeDot is like this. I don't know how to because I want to say the verdict's out, but this article made me. It was very convincing as far as like. So it's a female artist, or at least an AI presenting female artist. You gotta get your pronouns right now, right?
That's crazy.
But she does this, very kind of alt R&B, like very trendy and the
Yeah.
scissors Kalani type, vibe. And the music is really good. I don't
Fire.
care if you like AI, I don't like AI. Like
You
if
can't
it is
deny it.
AI and you say this is bad, like you're just, I feel like you probably
You
just
a hater.
hating, you know what I mean?
You
Because it's
hating.
really good. But I
Yeah.
think it would make it, I would be that much more impressed. Um, if this is an actual artist penning all
Yeah.
this and it's their vocals and all that kind of stuff, and maybe it's a hybrid. Maybe that's something that SlimeDot is not
It's
telling us.
playing
Maybe
off
this
of.
is a hybrid
It is. It
kind of
probably
thing
is.
because she got pictures with Drake. You know what I mean? She had
Is that real?
which you could deep fake it if you want, but
You
again,
could.
like
That's a
what's
crazy
throwing
deep
me is
fake.
like this whole GQ backing and it's on there with like it's and there is a disclaimer. It's GQ South Africa or something like that, which I didn't know
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
a thing, but they got 120,000 followers. I didn't do a deep dive. Maybe
Yeah.
that account was fake too, but I'm assuming it's not. I'm taking this
All AI.
I'm taking the word of the post. I saw the
Yeah.
post. She posted it, and the article was just like, hey, people are calling you AI. You haven't really done a lot to try to combat that narrative. Why is that? And so and I will say, if this is an actual human, like this is like the chick that we're seeing
Yeah.
on the page, this her vocals, her
Bruh.
marketing campaign is fire, bro.
It's
Because
fire.
yeah, it's
Fire.
running her up so much attention.
Yeah.
I would almost just pay attention to the rollout, how she's maneuvering
It's
this joint.
realistically, like, if it is AI, if she is
Yeah.
AI, and some way, because I went on her page, I don't see a concert, I don't see like a real video of her talking, but that could be
On
marketing. You know
purpose.
what I'm saying? It could be on
Yeah.
purpose, and if it is on purpose, there's no way
Hats
around it.
off.
The rollout is
Hats off.
impeccable. Hats off.
Hats
I
off,
can't even
bro.
be mad. It's so fire. Like,
Yeah. And
so.
her whole tone is very
Oh
anti-system. Like it's very,
yeah.
kind of in your face, F you to the camera. Like it has that kind of
Yeah.
edge and grit to her, to her whole story. So it would make sense. It would be very on brand. And I think it's smart, you know what I mean, to play and lean into this whole,
Yeah.
am I AI or am I not? She got bars talking about she's
Bars.
AI in the joint. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
Facts.
I'm so thrown off,
I
but
don't know.
I'm the Michael Jackson meme with the popcorn right now. I'm just
Fact. We
kind of
just watch. We just spectators. We fans, which
I'm
is
seeing where this go.
is scary to say.
Story developing.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
All right. We forgot to do the check-in, man. How you been, by the way? How you been?
Oh, I'm check in. I'm doing good. This week has been a little bit more stressful. Just with I was on full daddy duty alone.
Yeah, we had to push the podcast time back.
Yeah, we had to push it back. So just trying to balance the schedules. I'm used to juggling now. So I'll say I'm probably at like being optimistic, I'm at an 8.
He's optimistic.
Being optimistic, I'm at an 8. You know, there's still got a long week left. Yeah,
I feel that. Yeah, man. I would say probably the same for me.
Yeah,
it depends. Like I'll talk about just my last week because I don't remember if I talked about this on the last pod or not, but I've been in the trenches trying to update our curriculum for our community. So for those who you probably know by now, we run a community called Rep.Indie, helping indie hip hop artists get their music and TV and film. And I was noticing, just keeping it 100, we were having more cancellation requests than I'm used to or like to see. And it's one of those things where I know, like, man, we got a really good product. It's very one-on-one. Like we've helped a lot of people, but and this is, I think, something too, just for all independent creatives, like entrepreneurs, all that kind of stuff. Like these are just ebbs and flows of business. Like you'll have times when the market might signal something that they're wanting, and that might look like how it's affecting your ROI or retention or any of that kind of stuff. And so I was noticing it, which we historically haven't gotten a lot of cancellations, but now we have. And I wanted to audit maybe what was causing that. And so one of the things you always hear is that within the first 30 days, especially when you're doing like memberships and retention offers and stuff like that, the first 30 days really matter. And this is our first time offering it in this kind of way, because we used to do it where you could only join during a certain window, and it's kind of still like that, but you can only join during a certain window, and there's kind of like a clear start and stop. And I think that model helps people be a little bit more engaged, because I was like school, you know what I mean? It's like everybody's doing it at the same time, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And so this model now is kind of, it's open green, so it's evergreen, so people are coming in at different places. And so when you're jumping into something that's already established, already moving, you're kind of just the momentum. You have to find ways to create that momentum for people.
Right.
And we've done it well in some ways, because we got people who have joined as is, and they're just like, they're sold out, bought in, like they're landing agency deals, getting placements, all that kind of stuff. So I know it works, but it was just something the data was just showing it to me. So you got to pay attention to that stuff. So I was like, hey, I think we need to figure. And actually, I was talking to Claude. Claude actually gave me this idea, which is validated through stuff already. Yeah, man, it's validated through stuff I know. Claude, let's go. And so and here's the thing, I was actually about to, see if we needed to start running like accountability groups, because that's one thing we did early on that we phased out. But Claude was just like, because I was asking her how to logistically do that, and it was just like, well, here's how you do it. And this is why I love Claude, because it was challenging me. He's like, but did you actually interview the people who are canceling and getting more clarity around why they're actually canceling?
Yeah,
the exit, which we have, the exit survey, because you might be solving a problem that doesn't really need to be solved as far as, this whole accountability group thing. It may be something different. And here's why I love Claude, because I had it go inside of ClickUp, our project management software, and also go inside our Jot form and comb through all of the cancellation requests that we got to find out what was the theme of why people.
Oh, that's crazy.
Why people, bro, that joint did it in like 5 minutes. I'm like, you know how long it would have taken me and my team to go through that?
Might have been days, bro.
Qualitative data and come up with a solution. It was like, it actually said just, we need to do a 30-day runway. You know what I mean? Which is true. Like they say that a lot in memberships. It's like that first 30 days is really crucial. I think with anything, like getting people like quick wins. It's helpful. And that's also something that I'm also putting myself in the shoes of artists as they're coming in. It's like, yo, what if I were an artist coming in now, what would be exciting for me? And I know most artists want to figure out, how do I pitch my music? Like, how do I get my music into the right hands? So that was something I think it worked for us in the past, but again, you evolve as a business. And I was like, right now, they don't get to that until like module 6, you know what I mean? Which is probably like a month and a half into the joint, depending on how quickly they go. And so I'm just noticing people may not be getting that far through the module. So I said, we're going to condense this thing. We have now. So anyway, I was building a whole 30-day run roadmap where they're actually understanding the industry, pitching their music all within the first 30 days so they can get their first agency deal. So all that to say, that was a heavy lift over these past couple of weeks.
100%.
And yeah, it was just weighing on me to get this thing off my plate. That was the frog that I was eating this week. But, so finally got all the videos shot and organized, and so now it's kind of back end admin stuff. So long way to say that I was overwhelmed last week. I ain't gonna hold you, but came into this week a lot lighter because of that. So
that's dope. That's dope to hear, because I think most people probably see what you created and it's like, oh, everything just goes right all the time. So it's good to hear. It's good to hear like, nah, you got to adjust and make them changes. So
and that's why I took a little bit longer. I wanted to talk through it because it's real. You know, like going, especially as, and I guess that's good for them to also see like, man, everything ain't always. We got a platform and people can see this and be like, oh, they got the lights and like they like places. But
you don't even know.
Yeah, there's other stuff. We got to still get it out the mud, especially with, new business initiatives. But it's part of being a new indie. You know what I mean?
It is. Yes, sir.
All right, let's talk about this. What is it? This Nicolas Cage is unhinged as Spider-Man in this new Spider-Man Noir. Hold on, let me make sure I'm actually sharing my audio. Let me see. Can you hear this? I'll
I think
mute it real
I think
quick.
the video is muted. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, can you hear this?
Yeah.
All right.
What are you thinking about over there?
Bit of an existential crisis, if I'm honest.
Struck a nerve, huh?
Woo.
Oh.
Tell me why.
Hey, that's
You
kind
already
of
know how it.
that's kind of hard though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, the chef's kiss. I love that time period, like Great Gatsby time.
Yeah.
And then you add in Spider-Man, bro.
It reminds me of like Sin City.
Yes.
Remember that?
It's definitely giving Sin City vibes.
Yeah.
The dope part about it is what they're allowing you to do. I'm gonna watch it in black and white, right?
Yeah.
But they're also gonna put it fully regularly edited in color for the people who want to see it normally. And I'm just like, that was just
I did not know that. That's a really dope concept.
It's a dope concept. So I don't know how they're gonna do it on Amazon. When you go to watch it, is it gonna be like pick this way?
That's what I was going to ask. Is it like a tech thing? Like you can toggle on and off. You got color mode and like you got dark mode. You can switch.
Yeah,
dark
which
mode.
I thought was pretty creative. Not to like change but I'm excited about Spider-Man. But if that's something that they'll start incorporating into TV shows, and you can change how it looks, so you can have a different experience. That's fire.
And this is through Amazon. This is an Amazon.
This is on Prime. Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, we got Spider-Man Noir, which it's going to actually be in line with the universe of Into the Spider-Verse, which is dope.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, so they're not separating him from it's made by the same creators and everybody, so it's dope.
All right, so let me read this real quick. I just asked Claude like just details about it. It says the character is Peter Parker set in the 1930s in New York. Obviously bitten by a radioactive spider, using his powers to fight crime and corruption in the city plagued by gangsters and injustice. Set on Earth 90. Hold on, Earth 90. 90. Hold on. 90-214. Sorry, I'm trying to get the content. Driven by the murder of Uncle Ben by the Goblin, fighting corrupt politicians, crooked cops, and big business in the Depression era. The Earth 90-214 threw me off. What is that? You know that? Is that like
that's usually how they
stuff,
yeah, that's multiversal type stuff. Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If we got any comic nerds in here, let me know.
Chime in. Let us know. Put us on game.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. So enhanced strength, speed, reflexes, agility, durability, all that kind of stuff. Pop culture footprint, blew up mainstream, via Into the Spider-Verse, voiced by Nicolas Cage with a comedic hard-boiled twist. Now getting his own Prime Video live action series with Nicolas Cage reprising the role. The show has a large ensemble cast with Jack Huston, I think, Karen Rodriguez, Lucas Haas, Cameron Britton, and other recurring roles. Filming season 1 wrapped March 2025. A brief production halt due to the LA wildfires. Dope. I'm looking forward to this. I definitely want to check it out.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
We're sure Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say it's gonna hold us off until we get the Spider-Man that we want, but that's it. What was you gonna say?
What you mean the Spider-Man that we want?
The Tom Holland one. When the Tom Holland movie come out, that's the Spider-Man that we want. But
you know, I don't know. This might be an unpopular opinion, but the 2018 Into the Spider-Verse, I think might actually be my favorite Spider-Man. Like out of all of the different
which one? The animated one?
The animated one, dog.
Oh, I'm not mad at that. I like that.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that. I thought you was going to say like Tom is better than Toby or what have you.
I don't know if I care that much about it. I think
Yeah,
I mean, I think they all did a good job and they all kind of have their own footprint. I think before this animated joint, my favorite Spider-Man was actually Dag, what's bro's name?
Andrew Garfield?
Yes. I actually really liked. Yes, I really liked
with Jamie Foxx in it.
Not that one. It was the one
before.
I think it was the Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah,
the
Amazing Spider-Man when he that reboot of it. That was my favorite Spider-Man.
Interesting.
I think even in view of the Tom Holland joints, I think the Tom Holland ones got me because it's within the whole Marvel universe. So I thought that was pretty dope. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's but I feel like they're all doing their own thing. You know, I mean? I appreciate them for different reasons. But
for sure,
I remember explicitly walking away from the 2018 Into the Spider-Verse. I was like, yo, I think this is my favorite Spider-Man. This show was fire.
Oh yeah, for the animated one in 2018, the music was fire.
Yeah, that hooked me in too.
Of course. And like the art style was, I'm not mad at that at all. 2018, that one is incredible. I think I'm excited for what they do with the new one and how they get the story keep going. But I agree. Man. I'm not mad at that. 2018 Into Spider-Verse is dope.
All right. Yeah, I was like Frank about to flame me right now.
No. I thought he was about to say something crazy. I'm on board with that. That's fine.
That's what's up. And also too, that animation style from Sony Studios, it was dope, and I think it set precedence for. It's almost like the thing now because. The new, or should be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles played off of that style.
Yep.
The new Goat movie that came out played off of that style. The K-pop Demon Hunters kind of plays off of that style. So it's kind of
Stranger
birthed a whole
Things
new.
Did it? Yep.
Stranger Things did it. So I think I personally love that animation style. It almost has a lower frame rate and it's comic book-esque and all this other kind of stuff. So. Yeah, shout out to whoever the animation team is around that.
They kill it.
Yeah, man. All right, so I'm gonna let you kind of lead this one off a little bit. This is the culture tech side of the house. So talk to us.
The tech side. I'm a big tech guy. We have the Scout, which was back in, I believe, like the 60s. They made the Scout, but it got discontinued. But it is coming back as an EV, and I believe it's a subsidiary of Volkswagen. And it's just shouting out a new version of what EV is going to look like. I think it's a transformation from what EV can potentially become. And it is what they now call the EREV. And if I'm not mistaken,
why is that? Yeah, what does that mean?
If I'm not mistaken, there is a gas generator within the vehicle along with batteries. It's not the same as a hybrid. I got to look more into that. But what the generator allows you to extend the range. So the range on this is like 700 miles or something crazy.
Come on, Tesla. What's going on?
That's the thing.
What's going on?
Tesla got to get it together. Not get it together. They do a lot of things right, but I just think this is fire. I think this them bringing it into America. I've seen a lot of Chinese EVs that are very similar to this, but we all know we can't have those here. So they finally brought some of that technology over. So this is just a shout out to them. I hope they see this video and they just sponsor us with two. That'd be crazy.
I'm here for that, Doc.
Hey,
I'm here for that. Yeah, man. I've been like, I'll play the video in a minute, but like I've been very loyal to the Tesla brand, and that the loyalty's waned a little bit, but not for any other reason than their customer service really, really like pissed me off because I actually had a autopilot, which I hadn't had any issue. Like my experience with Tesla purchasing was the best car experience I ever had. Like that's not I haven't had one better than it. And also I haven't had a better driving experience outside of Tesla. You know what I mean? Like Tesla, I think they just do it I feel like they're the Apple of EVs. You know what I mean? They just do it really well. But I had an incident with the autopilot that left some damage on my car, and I just felt like I just got the runaround for months. Like nobody was hitting me back. Like it was a whole thing. And so it just, I'm almost like, I like Tesla because it's the best vehicle that I've driven, and I like the experience. But the brand loyalty just took a hit. Like after that, I was all in on Tesla, but that joint, it pissed me off. Even if it's like I'm at fault, I don't care. Like just don't give me the runaround. Like that's all I ask.
Facts.
Let's check out this Scout though. Maybe Scout will make me a believer.
Facts.
2027. Tons of room back here. We have our spare tire that flips out and a split opening rear tailgate. Just look at the gorgeous materials in here and so much attention to detail. We have a huge touch screen, a huge digital driver display, beautiful leather everywhere. And just look at this amazing Earth's plaid pattern on the headliner and on the sunroof cover. We have a power opening roof. You can see the big digital driver display and all of the gorgeous, very detailed features.
They need some music behind this. What's going on?
It's so you hear her breathing like
darn. Is crazy, and it is beautiful in here. Nice big flat floor, lots of room.
Like it's a serial killer in the backseat.
Seat back pockets, and again, just so much detail on this denim. Skep says pricing starts at under $60,000 US dollars, and deliveries start in 2028, and then Canada will get Scout as well.
Oh dang, 2028. So that's a little while out.
Well, I guess production. I think they said production is going to start in 2027, and then it comes in 2028.
Okay. Hopefully they're better than Tesla with their projections.
I hope so, bro. I hope so.
That Cybertruck
took forever.
Yeah,
they take that reservation deposit though.
They will.
Yeah.
I still got mine in there.
Do you feel like you saved money with your electric vehicle on gas and maintenance?
They tell me I do. I'm not. It's. I haven't done the calculation and conversion of like how much whatever the charge is versus like what that, because I have it like the charger port that's connected to my house or whatever. Like we upgraded our outlet and so it's just running through my electric bill. I don't feel like my electric bill is significantly higher because of it. But also on the app, it'll tell you how much you've charged it historically and how much you saved. And actually, I could look it up real quick and tell you how much I've saved in traditional gas or whatever the average is and stuff. And they say I am saving it. So, but that's what they say. I haven't done my whole calculation.
Right, that's what they say.
But I could tell you it feels a lot better having an EV when it comes to just energy and fuel or that, comparison, because it's like charging my phone. I just bring it home and plug it. I don't have to worry about going to the gas station and all this other kind of stuff. It's just it's a very convenient experience by far. So, do y'all have an EV or
not yet?
Would this be like? Is this like high on the list for you?
This is on the list. Yeah, this is high on the list.
This is on the list.
It's
like
between
above
that and the
Tesla. All right. So why are you going alt? Like I feel like you're going Android versus Apple right now. Why are you
that's my problem. That's my problem. I got a problem. I see everybody get a Tesla. I'm just like,
you just being contrarian just for the sake of like
facts. I'm just like, everybody got it. I'm gonna go over here and get a Rivian. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be different.
Because the top ones, what are the top ones? Like Tesla.
Tesla's number one, then Rivian. And then right underneath that would be
we got Lucid.
Actually, Lucid might be above Rivian.
Yeah,
they're like the luxury. They're like super luxury. So yeah, I would say Tesla, Rivian, then Lucid, and then back to your regular distributors of vehicles. I think Ford has like the next best selling one with their F-150.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. I don't know.
We'll see.
I heard at one point there were rumors that Apple was working on an EV.
Now I'll get an Apple EV. Now
that would be that. That was like the only one that I would have probably been more excited for than the Tesla.
Yeah, that'd be it's going to be crazy if they ever did that. I think Sony was in the race at 1.2.
That's crazy.
Sony had a EV, but how tech moves. We'll talk about this now and then in 3 months. Apple will have one. So
yeah, right. All rumors. It would be kind of odd to see him do it, but I'm here for it if they did do it.
Yeah.
But 4-cylinder naturally aspirated gas engine mounted just ahead. I'm talking about the specs for the EREV. aspirated gas engine mounted just ahead of the rear axle, used solely as a generator to charge the battery. I don't know what that means, but it sounds very technical. 500 plus mile total range, 1,000 pound foot of torque, dual motor, all-wheel drive with mechanical locking front and rear differentials.
It's off-road, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of different. So I think so. This isn't my, I think, typical style when it comes to vehicles, and also I'm not a car guy. Like Tesla was literally the only vehicle that got me excited. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm just not a car guy, but I'm very systems oriented and minimal and tech and all the other kind of stuff. And so Tesla is a very out of the way vehicle. Like, there's not even a heads up display. It's like an iPad in the middle of the joint.
In the center.
You know what I mean?
You got no buttons to turn off the AC. It's on the screen.
Yeah, or you could talk to it and all that kind of stuff. Like, because I got in a Rivian, I've been inside the Lucid as well, and they're very, very well designed. I do think it's just a preference thing, because that's just not my aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like, I get in there and I just feel like there's just too much going on, and then maybe I've just been,
Tesla'd.
I've been Tesla. That's crazy. I've been Tesla.
That sounds crazy.
That sounds crazy. You've been Tesla.
Oh, that sounds wild. But yeah, I get what you
something to win in the charge port. That's what he said.
Hey, brother.
He went. Yeah, that was out of bounds. So let's keep this thing going. All right. Hold on. I gotta get myself together after that one.
No, you good, bro.
All right. Next up, we got, what's on the docket? This is, hold on, I gotta go back to my notes. What was it? What was the next up, bro?
I think we have gaming. The all-in-one.
Gaming, yes, the all-in-one.
Yes.
All-in-one. Hold on, let me get myself straight. Share my screen. So all-in-one, you came across, so give us a little context about this. What did you see?
So this I don't know what to call it, developer or hacker, decided to actually use the hardware from 3 separate systems, and she has packaged it to one that fully functions. It connects to the controllers if you Bluetooth it, and there's 3 HDMI, so you can just press a button and switch between the consoles. And this is not a 3D rendering. There's other videos of her making this and selling it, which is crazy. Yeah. And people actually using them, and it fully functions. They're all digital, of course, so there's no CD jack. Right. This is just super dope what somebody has used a 3D printer and is able to do. Just seeing the tech come together, and I would buy that.
Yeah, let's watch this video. It looked hard.
I'll buy it.
No,
I ain't mad at it. The real question is, somebody gonna knock on her door.
That's a fact.
Somebody gonna say, "Hey, cease and desist." what are you doing?
That part, yeah.
But hey, I would cop. That's a crazy, for a gamer. That's a gamer's dream. You just one button and have it all is nuts. Yeah.
I would have loved a demo of like the UI once it's powered on, it fires up for the first time on a big screen, like how she designed the interface and how do you navigate to the different, I guess, console, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, when you hit that button, if it's on PlayStation, it's gonna pop up like a PlayStation.
So is it like 3 different buttons on it? Is that what it is?
It's one button on the top that switches. And then depending on the LED, it looks like it changes to the console.
So one button switch, it cycles through all of them.
So. And she actually got a real PlayStation 5 and just put the hardware there.
That's
She just
so
added a switcher on
smart.
the top. That's genius.
That's genius, dog.
It's
I
crazy.
would. I mean,
I
I slide in her DMs and be like, hey, how much you running?
Hey, how much? And if that joint sub 1,000, to the moon. to the moon. Take my cash, bro. Because that joint is beautiful.
Man,
Like,
yeah, because that's. I mean, it was a reel I was watching, and they were talking about like. See if I can find it. Hold up, man. That joke was mad funny, but the whole like, are you team Xbox? Are you team PS5? Are you team? What are the other ones out there? There's always PC. It's probably the other one.
PC, yeah.
Team PC. I'm gonna see if I can find that joint, but it was it's hilarious. But I feel like it kind of I guess can in that debate a little bit if you got them all together, you know what I mean? It's just so it was it was the PS5, the Xbox, and what was it? What was the third
and the
one?
Nintendo Switch.
And Nintendo Switch.
And Nintendo Switch.
How do you do a Nintendo Switch?
I don't know how she did it. She called it the Nintendo box something. She had something, but it was a Switch.
Okay,
I'm guessing
and
it's
she
like
renaming their IP. That's crazy.
Yeah, which is nuts. But I'm thinking it's just like the docked version of the Nintendo Switch, so it'll just go to your TV and play from there. I don't know, some Houdini stuff she did.
This the joint. Hold on, this the real. I found it that I was looking at. They was debating like Five Guys versus McDonald's or something like that. Hold on. Let me refresh this joint. But the end of that mug was
only got two choices left: McDonald's and you've got Five Guys. Which one are you going for?
I'm still.
You a damn lie.
Why am I lying?
Because the issue here is not about like your pockets or whatever. It's about sheer quality. You cannot deny that Five Guys has better quality burgers.
No, maybe to him, McDonald's is higher quality.
Then he's wrong. That's why he got an Xbox.
Yo, that joke was so funny. Yo.
Hey, that's gonna be my new roast for the rest. You got an Xbox. I don't trust you, man.
I wasn't expecting it. Like he just said,
that's hilarious.
You
bro.
A damn lie. That's why because you got an Xbox. God, I didn't know how bad of an insult that could be.
Nah, Xbox done fell off, bro. So, well, I won't say that, but that is an insult. Is crazy, hilarious, bro.
Shoot, Xbox ain't fall off of me. They just paid me the other day. So
hey, I hears that.
I'm with it, man.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Speaking of placement, so if you guys don't know, I landed a placement with Xbox.
Dope. You should run that, bro. You should run it. It's somewhere.
Yeah.
Run the placement.
Oh, run the placement? Oh,
run
shoot, hold on. Let me. Bro. All right. I'm gonna play this and I'll pull up the placement. But we're gonna get into this. This is our sync segment, so we're gonna talk about some sync license.
Oh, dope.
What was the headline for this one again? You want to talk about?
Is sync the best way to make money as an artist?
Is sync the best way to make money as an artist?
I think that's a very simple answer.
We should put a poll in here. I mean, we're heavily biased, so you probably know our answer. But shout out Easy. Oh, I think I've seen this clip. But let me and shout out to Kara as well. I don't know if it's Kara. Kara. Is it Kara?
Kara.
Is it Kara? Okay.
We're gonna say, if we got that wrong and you see this,
very sorry, but yeah,
they're both dope. Both incredible.
Yeah. All right, let's run this real quick.
Those master royalties, that takes forever to come in.
Wow.
You know,
let me refresh it real quick so we get
there.
Money in sync, it is the best way to get one large sum of money for your music. For example, if I did get a placement with a DJ, then those publishing royalties, those master royalties, that takes forever to come in, you know, and it might not even be a lot of money. It could literally be pennies for, 500,000 streams on a song. With sync, you can actually make $5,000, $20,000, $40,000, $100,000 for one placement.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so exciting.
For sure. And I think for anybody, if you was an artist and you seen that, you gonna get excited and want to jump in that water with everybody else that you see going upstream, right?
That meme was funny.
In sync.
Hey. He said it ain't that easy though.
It ain't that. That was actually That was a good little segment they threw, or a little video they threw in there. I didn't pay attention to the whole thing. Just boy looked kind of crazy going to.
About to jump in the water.
We had to see the hairline and everything. I was just like this. Anyway, I'm going off topic.
Yeah. No, you good.
How we feel about this one, man? What's your thoughts, man?
I 100% agree, bro. And maybe I might be biased because of the space that I'm in. And when it does come with to sync, I will say to play devil's advocate, I kind of think Easy McCoy was playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
That there's sometimes when you get that sync, I just want to set the real expectation. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you get that sync, it is a minute before you get your payout. Sometimes it's how the business is.
Yeah.
And you just gotta have that mindset. Like, yes, I'm getting these placements. Doesn't mean the moment you get a placement, the next day the check is gonna come in. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, like, in terms of how lucrative sync is, I 100% agree.
Yeah, I don't think you could. I mean, there's always multiple ways to get it, but licensing your music for TV and film, I think by far is the easiest way to monetize your music.
For sure.
Out of all of the different ways that you can do it, just because the way to a placement is very simple. You know what I mean? It's understanding what brands are wanting, figuring out who can pitch your music, pitching that music, or actually, I'm gonna go a step before that. It's researching the type of music you need, making that type of music, then pitching the music.
Yeah,
and you just kind of repeat the cycle. Notice I'm not talking about you don't need to try to go viral. You don't need to even release the music on DSPs. Try to run a stream. Try to grow a fan base. Like all that stuff helps. 1,000% it helps, but it's not a prerequisite. That's why
100%.
I say it's the easiest way to actually monetize, because there's a lot less mechanics within it for it to be true, a lot less prerequisites to monetize. However, there's still waiting periods. You know what I mean? Like there are, times when you get the quote request and the confirmation email that, is landing. And like, I think we're still waiting to get paid for this Xbox thing. And we got it maybe like a month or two ago or something like that. Yep. So it'll take time for the check to clear, but it's a big payout. You know what I mean? When you get it, especially if you're doing these ads and promos, and those are the figures that she's talking about. Like if you're hitting a promo, an ad, a trailer, that's really going to see like the 5 figures and up. Yeah. If you're doing TV and film, it can be like lower to mid 4 figures, and it can cross the 10K threshold, 5-figure threshold, but I haven't seen it very often, you know what I mean, doing it. Maybe you've seen something different, Frank, but that's been my experience. So there is a time delay with it, but I just feel like for me, the angle that I come from is more around the efficiency around monetization when it comes to a music career. You know what I mean? I mean, she's talking about it from one side. I mean, we know streaming, it just takes a large volume, more. You know what I mean, to get that. With DJing, touring, all that kind of stuff, there's just a lot of logistics around setting up a tour, being able to prove hard ticket sales, building up a fan base, all this other kind of that's the barrier of entry there.
It's possible.
It's possible, but when you get to licensing music for TV and film, all of that is, I could be right here in my crib. All I need is a home studio and an internet connection, and it's off to the races. You can run it up. I can monetize. I don't got to leave the comfort of my home to do this. You know what I mean? But apparently now you can just get a Suno account and you could create an AI. Too soon.
And run it up.
Too soon.
It's so painful, bro.
Yeah, man. But
no, I 100% agree. I think and one song, bro.
One song.
One song. I wouldn't want to even say if you're lucky. It's often one record can generate you. This placement gave you 5,000, and this one gave you 10,000, and this one that's going to be way more than whatever a million. I promise you, a million streams sounds great on paper. I promise you, it does not translate into dollars. You know what I'm saying? And I think, to be biased, I do think sync, to answer the question, is just the best means to being compensated for your song. So
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
This is the Xbox spot that I got, y'all. In case.
Run it.
How long was that? Less than 30 seconds?
Less than 30 seconds.
Yeah, we got paid 5 figures for that.
Come on, somebody. Can we get the clap running? Can we get the clap running?
We'll get all of them. We'll get.
Let me tell you something.
Oh no, wait, that was the wrong one. That was the wrong one.
Let him cook
now.
Let's go.
Let him cook.
Yeah, man. It's nothing like it, bro. It's nothing like it.
Would you mind sharing how that came to even be?
Yeah, it's not a hard story.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We I mean, obviously I've been in the space for 6+ years, and so I built up a catalog, reputation, all that kind of stuff. But I got approached by it was a label called Subtle Energy. Shout out to Subtle Energy. And this was probably like a maybe now 2-year relationship that we're going on. And yeah, they just love what I had, what me and my team were doing. And so they wanted to see if I'd be down to create some records, specifically with the intention of landing, TV film placements. And the difference about this one too is that they also distribute the records as well, which is not
dope. That's fire.
Super common. Yeah, which is dope because I feel like out of all of the sync companies / label, labels that I've done deals with, they're the first that if they're distributing the record, is also turned into some playlisting stuff as well.
For sure.
Like I think I just reposted something. They got a playlist, one of our songs, actually that song playlisted within their network and stuff. And so, yeah, it's dope, man. But yeah, me and my producer, shout out to my guy, Nate out he's actually in Australia, which is another crazy thing. Like, I've never met this dude in person. We've been cooking up. We made a lot of money together just, off the internet. Yeah, man. And so we made this one, and he threw me a beat. You know what I mean? Like he sent me something in our message. It's like, hey, you digging this? I was like, yeah, I can hear something around it. And so this whole action angle was something that was inspiring me, and it's obviously very appropriate for the lane that we run. Obviously, you can see gaming has, a lot of use for a theme like action.
Of
what
course,
I mean?
100%.
But yeah, man, we cooked it, sent it. I think they had minor revision requests for it as well. They kind of liked it as is, and they were itching to get this thing out. And yeah, we got this Xbox spot. So hopefully
love that.
Yep,
man, dope. Hey, y'all seen it in real time. You know what I'm saying? We not just talking. It's real. It's a real thing, bro. That's dope. Man. I'm excited to hear that, bro.
No cap. Hey, you watch this a thing. I don't know if you watch reality TV shows on Netflix and stuff, or just in general?
With my wife watches it, I'll hop in there.
Well, you sound like ashamed saying
a little bit. I be watching Love Island and stuff, bro. But
you watch Love Island? Yeah. Bro, so all right, so I would say I was against them. I was just never interested in them.
Yeah.
Until like it was a couple years ago. We were in Atlanta. We rented a house, me and the family, and we were all there, just flipping through channels and landed on some reality TV show. And I was just like, let me check this out. Ever since then, I was like, I understand why reality TV show is a thing, bro. It's so addictive. Like
it is. It's bad. It's pretty bad.
So much so, my wife, she used to give me the side eye. Up until recently, she used to give me the side eye because I'd be watching like Love is Blind, like The Perfect Match, all these on my own, unprompted. She's like, why are you watching these? So good. She's like, why are you watching this stuff? Like, any of your homies watch stuff like this? I'm like, yo, chill. Hold on, man.
Hey, yeah, you gotta...
Like, sure, you questioning my manhood now.
Well, watching Love is Blind by yourself? I mean, yeah, do your thing, bro. Do you, bro. I ain't gonna hate on it.
So, all right, low key. So, I told her why, too, because for me, if I wasn't doing music, I would probably do, like, psychology and stuff like that. I really, this is me, just, like, Frank over here, like, yeah, tell me what you're gonna say. I'm still looking at you crazy. But low key, like, when I look at kind of the human psyche and just how they process decisions, I don't know, it just fascinates me. So I like it for that, but also it's entertaining. And also being in sync, like some of our members have had their music on the show. And so, and it is good research, because out of any other media type, TV and specifically unscripted uses so much music. So if you don't watch reality TV show, I would almost advise you to watch it off of the strength of that. Yeah, just for research, you know what I mean? Because they use so much music, bro. Like one episode could have 30, 40, 50 records in it, you know what I mean? So
shout out to what you call it, Love Is Blind Japan. They use one of my songs like I think 8 times in the episode.
See,
and when I looked at the BMI, I said, hold on, what gave me this?
Calling you. It's
Love
calling, man.
Japan. You know, I'm not watching that. But you can put my song on it. I ain't watching it though. I ain't watching it. I watch it with my wife.
I watch it, and you can put my music in it. Let's go. But so my wife though, she gets it now though, because she was watching, what is it? I think it was Later Daters. She started watching that joint. It's basically another dating show, but it's like people like 50s and up type stuff. It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's a new joint.
I can't tell my wife. She's gonna be like,
Later Daters. Yeah, but I wasn't even talking about. I went off beat. Why I was saying no cap, because there's this one joint which is actually fire. It's called Millionaire, I think, or something like that, or something. I have to look up the actual title, but the concept is really dope. It's basically like 12 people in this big mansion, and they're all trying to win $1 million, like to be the one, you know, at the end of the game that wins it.
Yeah.
You seen that?
Yeah, I've seen this.
Yes. Fire. So they have these challenges where somebody is the millionaire for, you know, the time being, you know what I mean? Like for a couple days, whatever.
Yeah.
And if you are the millionaire, people are trying to figure out if you are the millionaire. So it's a game of deception.
Yeah.
So they're going through this whole thing trying to, you know, throw people off, but they also have these challenges that the millionaire does. And if the millionaire completes these challenges, you know, during the time they're a millionaire, they'll get certain bonuses and perks and immunity and all this other kind of stuff. And one of the challenges, it was this black guy who, he was the millionaire, and his challenge was like he had to figure out a way to say, I think it was no cap, like it's just casually throughout the day. And so this fool was going around like in conversation. So context, he's like a school teacher or something like that. So he's using that, I think, kind of as his angle, but also I think just because he's black, it's like a black slang thing or whatever. Yeah. So he's just going around having a conversation, and he's just throwing in there. He's like, man, no cap, man. Like, it's just random, like, and it was just like this fool. He's just making himself so obvious. Needless to say, he got kicked off, and they found out he was a millionaire.
They found out because of the no cap.
Yeah, bro.
It was just, bro. Yeah. We gotta add the no cap to the soundboard, bro. We gotta.
Now I gotta find it.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
But the way he does, he's like, no cap.
Yeah, I'd have been found you out.
Yeah,
you're the millionaire, dog. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a dope concept. It's a really dope concept for sure. All right, man. Let's we getting into today's topic. It was the psychology of procrastination, which I thought was an interesting one. Maybe you could kick this off, Frank.
Yeah, the psychology of procrastination.
Why should artists care about this? Why should
they care about that? What I feel like, especially with Neue.Indie, the podcast, I do think us being the bridge between you being here and wanting to learn and success. Let us be the bridge. And I think for me personally, there's certain things we spoke about mindset shift. You spoke about eat the frog, things that are actionable plans that we can implement to be successful.
Yeah.
And the psychology of procrastination I think is a huge one. And it's not going to be, oh, you're lazy. Get to it. You know, that is a part of procrastination. But I did want to speak about
we was just to cut you. We was talking about that last episode because the Who Not How book actually kind of uses procrastination as a gift to signal like maybe you need to So
you do it.
Interesting angle, but go ahead, talk to us.
Yeah. And I think and that's a great book to reference. I haven't read it. I need to cop that. But just looking at some tools, talking back and forth of some of the things that we might have, we use to overcome procrastination, so that way we can, be successful and have a good output.
Yeah.
So with the psychology of procrastination, this is for the people that have been, you had that song on your hard drive. I've been there. You have a song on your hard drive, or you have something on the docket that you're like, oh, I got to get it done.
Yeah.
And what is it that makes you, not get it done?
Yeah.
And for me, it's something that I struggled with, was this idea of, as an artist, you have this vision, and the moment you have this vision, but you're not capable of achieving that vision just yet. You know what I'm saying? But it's there. Like, you have an idea of how the song should sound,
right.
Or how the video should look.
Right.
And then when you
right,
go
right.
to execute on it, it's not quite.
You may not have the means, or it's just not quite there. Yeah.
And it's like, there's this idea of like, dang, if I can't achieve that, then I'm not going to output anything. And I think that keeps a lot of artists' songs on hard drives.
Yeah.
A lot of videographers from not putting that video out, and it's stunting your growth.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to talk in regards to that, why it's usually the talented people. I want to start off with that. It's usually the people that actually have a talent and a good eye, and a good ear, and you're talented at what you do. And I think that's a ode to what you were saying, are usually the ones that procrastinate more.
I'm gonna cut you real quick, because I could really relate to this as well, like the procrastination, analysis paralysis. And this is going to sound very egotistical, but the very talented. And when I say that, I'm gonna qualify that, because that sounds like hella arrogant.
For sure.
Yeah, that's me. I procrastinate all the time.
That's me. I'm talented. That's talented.
No, but I mean, just objectively, like I have a lot of tools in my tool belt, like not just like, people come to this podcast know me mainly for music, because that's mainly what I do nowadays. But my background is in digital arts and design. Like, I have a bachelor's in that. I used to do I should design all my artwork. Like, I should do it like at a high level for companies and nonprofits and record labels. Used to produce, like my first placement I ever got, I produced. It's like I could design websites before AI. Like I've done 3D, motion, and like all of those things. Like I'm a multi-hyphenate, and I'm sure there's other independent artists who see that. And so I would put that in a category of like people always say like, oh my gosh, how do you do all this? But like, there's nothing you can't do. And I'm good at a lot of things, nothing dangerous. And I've gained some what is it like I would say notoriety, but just awareness. People, I gain attention, because of my gifts. The variety of them. But I was that artist as well that, before I left the label, like my output for music was very low. Like I just was in my head a lot. Like I was just afraid to like put it out there in different ways. And I think it's just, I feel like there's probably still some artists that, definitely are there now, but even those who have overcome it in maybe certain ways, there's still other ways of, I think, procrastination that we can overcome. So I'm curious to hear more about just kind of some of the stuff you were digging into when you were thinking about this.
Yeah, no, exactly what you said. Like in terms of why we procrastinate, and it's like just this idea that we have to wait until all the conditions are perfect. All the things are just super lined up the way that it's supposed to. I think that stunts. I think I can say that it stunted my growth for a very long time. I think I would have been able to seen a little bit more success sooner. And opportunities wouldn't have passed me by if I was just
that part
not in my head so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, that if you're hearing this, that's the main takeaway is like procrastination. It can, and I think some people don't like to hear it. Like, you can miss out on your moment, your time, by procrastinating because you're scared. And I don't think procrastination is necessarily laziness. I think it's fear. You know what I'm saying? Like fear of it being accepted.
Yeah.
So that's just where I've mainly come from it.
I struggle. Let me be honest, I struggle with that too, because it's like and this is probably, you know, my belief system as far as everything is in God's hands in one hand, or one hand, but also on the other side, it's just like, what you got to do to work. You know what I mean? So it's like, is the opportunity that passed you by, was it always going to pass you by? You know, because I do believe what's for you is for you. Like, it'll work itself out. But also, it's like, are there like? So I was playing this this new game. It's called I don't know if it's like Project 8020 or something like that. I can't. You sent it. I downloaded the trial literally this weekend. And they have this whole, like, you can start, basically how you play the game and the decisions you make affects the outcome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it has different branches of the storyline and where to go based on milestone moments. And but you can actually rewind and go back and see what would have been different had you would, you know, not let this lady die and go into space. You know what I mean? Or you would have actually saved her type stuff. So I'd be, you know, it's like, you know, had I, you know, it's almost thinking about, you know, I was signed to a label once. Like, maybe if I had a little bit more knowledge about the industry, had a different type of output, like been a bit more courageous, you know, didn't deal with as much people pleasing and rejection, would I have excelled, you know what I mean, in the label space, and I'd be having a community around how to monetize your music as a, you know, as an indie artist with touring and with streaming and all this other kind of stuff. Like, would that have been it, or is this really, you know, how it was always kind of destined to be? And my procrastination, quote unquote, kind of got me ultimately to what, you know, I legit struggle with that sometimes. It's like, I don't know, you know, it's always the what ifs, you know what I mean? It's like, well,
what if we kill you?
You procrastinated and now you missed out on an opportunity. But it's like, but did you?
Did you?
I
feel like it turns into where it's like, where in one hand, you know, you trusting in God, and the other hand is the responsibility. I mean, it's like me this happens in my head a lot, what you just said. Well, me procrastinating is like, if I missed it, I wasn't supposed to have it. And there's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's all about balance in terms of why you're procrastinating. And then at the end of the day, what is your driving force? What is the outcome? There's a quote, and I have it saved in in our document. It's a video. I think it had a curse word in it. That's why but I would love to play it. Where he talks about,
who is he?
What's his name? I have it here. And I was just like, that's such a fire quote. In terms of just the outlook of procrastination altogether. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
Is it on our show flow?
It is on our show flow it says inspiration under our talking points.
All right, let me pull that up.
Yeah, see if we can pull that up.
Oh wait, I don't see it under there.
Let me see. Do I have to like share it? Under main topics, and then under our talking points, we have inspiration. It should be an Instagram post there.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it on mine.
Okay, maybe I'm looking at the wrong. Hold on.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, I see it here. Hold on.
Yeah,
it's not showing up on the public version for some reason. All right, give us a little context while I'm trying to stall for time.
Yeah, let me pull this up again. Open link. Let's open that one.
Boo.
Let me see which one, because I saved a whole bunch here. Let me look up I'm going to actually find the quote, because I think the quote is a real conversation that I think we spoke about, kind of the idea of like, when is it okay to let it go?
That's actually a really good topic.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Yeah, man, like, this it right here?
Oh, there it is. Yes, right. That's one of them. That's one of them.
Performers do. Here's what's happening right now inside your head. The default mode network is where your imagination lives, your future vision, your dreams, and the way you see yourself. Then there's the task positive network. This one handles focus, discipline, and getting things done. In most people, these systems work like a light switch. When one turns on, the other shuts off. So they're either dreaming with no action or grinding with no direction. But what is fascinating is that high performers have been shown to activate both at the same time. It's called functional coupling, and it's what makes them magnetic, consistent, and frankly, unstoppable. They don't wait to become their future self, they act like them now. And if you want to train it, here's how. Spend the first 5 minutes of your day visualizing your future self. Then spend the next hour of your day doing something to create that reality. That's how you rewire your brain to win. According to neuroscience, the most successful entrepreneurs.
And that's just a very broad brush of what we're talking about, and as an artist that might be watching,
according to
like understanding why you might have put off that thing, and the benefit of creating, and we've talked about this in previous podcasts, creating a system to where that thing you're putting off, you can handle it and do it and have that output. The other post that I think I had saved here was, it's crazy. Procrastination, to be honest with yourself in terms of procrastination, to crave an outcome, but not crave the process to achieve that outcome, all it will breed is disappointment.
Yeah.
And it's just like, when you think about like the process of everything that you're trying to do, the process of creating systems, writing the songs, putting the songs out, dealing with the judgment that might come with it, the critics, everything, all of that is part of the process, and it is a part of achieving that goal.
Yeah.
So if that's what's stopping you, you have to release that want of what you're chasing. You got to release that want, or be okay with the process.
Hard. Yeah,
it's very difficult. That's very hard.
Yeah, like, well, you actually went a different direction I thought you were going, but I agree with that. It's like, either you have to release this dream, or basically fall in love with the process as well.
Right.
It means like, because I was like, you can't have one without the other, which is, I think it is a reality check in a sense, because, and it's hard to do, to equally love and aspire towards the goal, the end goal, the 6 figures, the full-time, the multi-generational wealth, all this other kind of stuff, or just getting your album out. It don't have to be as grandiose, but not and not even not falling not falling in love with the process. But I think sometimes we don't have a good barometer for how much it's really going to take. You know what I mean?
That is true.
Get us there. And I think that's one of the stall outs, because, which, going back to what you're saying, somebody was talking about like the art of like when to kind of give up or pivot, you know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah, pivot.
But like to pivot, because that is a thing. It's like, I set out to do, whatever the vision was. I got excited about the vision, and I thought it was going to look like this. I thought it was going to take, this amount of time, this amount of energy, this amount of setup, this amount of money. And when we get down to it, I'm over budget, I'm over time, I'm over stress, I'm overworked, I'm not sleeping, and I don't feel like I signed up for it, but this was the fine print that I just maybe didn't realize was there. And that's even not a as good of an analogy, because the fine print is a fine print, is actually there, but when you're chasing your dream, there is no fine print. It's more so like you either you're following the footsteps of somebody who's done it before, and gleaning insights, from what they've done, or you're trailblazing. You know what I mean? Like you're trailblazing, and that comes with a whole host of like challenges that you're going to have to build up resilience along the way. And that's where I think the visualization, the reinforcing of who you are, your identity, the future, the future you, the you that is growing, like affirming all of those parts, and also not relenting from the vision itself. because that's going to be part of the motivation and the fuel and the purpose behind what you're doing is going to keep you going when stuff is hard. You know what I mean? And when you just want to check out and binge Love is Blind for 2 seasons,
for
not 2
seasons.
episodes, for 2 seasons.
2 seasons is nuts.
Where Uber Eats and ask me how I know type stuff.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Yeah, I still have those moments even now. You know what I mean? It's like there's times where. Because people don't know this when they meet me, but I'm more naturally introverted, and so I prefer just time alone, time with my thoughts. I'm cool. Put me in a room with Netflix and some food, and I'm
you chilling.
Yeah, that's a good time for me. You know what I mean? But so I can default there. That's typically my go-to if I'm just misaligned and out of balance. You know what I mean? Like. I'm overworked, like I just check out. It's like I'm just gonna go watch something, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just go order something, you know what I mean? Like those are the familiar neural pathways that my mind goes down when I'm just stretched, you know what I mean? And people have all different things that they procrastinate with, you know what I mean?
For sure.
To supplement the feeling of you know what I mean? That feeling you can't even put words to, you feel me?
Yeah. And I feel like to continue that, I feel like there's an aspect of people don't see the day in and day out of the fear of judgment. Judgment is a crazy word. I think a lot of times for procrastinating, there's a aspect of being afraid of somebody not liking your work, or if somebody has a critique of your work, or things of that nature. And I think most people who see someone who's successful, they don't think they run into no's.
Yeah.
And they don't run into, I used to think like that a lot. I would watch somebody else get placements left and right. And I'm just like, bro, I mean, they must just be better than me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you don't realize, like, on the back end, they had to do 50 revisions to get it to be the way it was. Like, that's a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, understanding how to maneuver through that and not allow it to stop you from moving forward. It's there. Everyone's going to deal with it. You can't avoid it. It's there. The rejection is going to be there. You know how many no's? We passed on this song. I would then take that same song and give it to somebody else, and they'll be like, oh, this is exactly what we were looking for.
Right.
It's just this idea of we procrastinate thinking it's going to save us from that rejection. And you have to kind of lean into that rejection and continue to pivot. And that's one of the takeaways that I would say, like, if you're an artist listening to this, you got to take the good with the bad. It's not going to always, no one, I can speak for myself. I'm pretty sure you could say the same thing. I've heard no 1,000 times. I've been passed over. Oh, this song we're going to go with. It's going to happen. Don't allow it to force you to procrastinate. Don't be afraid of judgment.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think, I was thinking about what you were saying earlier, where you kind of that compare. I feel like that comparison trap. I think it's comparison trap and just expectation trap. You know what I mean? Like when you don't have very clear defined expectations, or if you do have clear defined expectations and you're just not meeting up to them, you can get a certain level of. I almost look at it sometimes as like a form of trauma. Maybe it's not big T trauma, but it's just little tree of just, I'm especially if you feel like you put in the work, you're trying really hard and nothing seems to be like giving the way that you're hoping. Like it almost feels like the results is not matching the effort. And that gets frustrating after a while.
Easily.
And you can fall susceptible to, I think, procrastination, because it's just like, I just don't want to have to keep button up against these, this failure, this rejection, or just whatever. It's just like, it's just not. And that's one side of it. I don't know. Well, before I pivot, I was thinking about, the expectations, but also if you are falling into the comparison trap and just seeing other people that are, seemingly ahead of you, like, just know that nobody is invincible, man. Like everybody has moments of insecurity. I don't like your Jay-Z got moments of insecurity. You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
He's a billionaire. Like, we're all human. So there are, like, because I think we can, feel as if somebody is just, they got it all together. They never experienced setbacks. any of that kind of stuff. And it's just not true. And I think being able to rightly like frame that rightly in your mind of like, yo, this is what I'm experiencing is not unnormal. You know what I mean? It's like everybody, like, this is what it looks like to actually break through to something great. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes it's going to look messy, and sometimes it's going to happen quicker, and sometimes it's going to be slower. Like, I got things right now that I'm just like, oh my God, like, when is this going to break through? But every iteration of it is making me better. Every iteration, I'm learning something more.
Yes.
And one thing that is guaranteed, if I procrastinate, is just going to prolong the process. So I had to snap myself out of some stuff this morning. Like, I was feeling a little weird on my walk, and I was just like, this is going to be an amazing day. Like, it's going to be a productive day. Like, we're going to, figure this thing out. Like, it's like I'm capable, I'm qualified, like, I'm growing, I'm becoming a more, better version of myself every day. Like, I am wealthy, I'm all these things. Like, I have to remind myself of that stuff, because in those moments,
you gotta affirm it.
Yeah, it's very easy to just, let all those other thoughts linger. And that's when I think procrastination becomes a better option. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you say on the other side? Like, those who maybe it is laziness, like maybe it is they're not working hard enough. Is that do you think that's the thing, or is there something deeper there where we see it as laziness, but maybe it is something else there? You know what I mean?
I think it's a mix. I think it often looks like laziness. I think laziness is just, I feel like it's the easier word and how it looks on the outside. I think it's decision paralysis. I think it's fear of judgment. I think it's perfectionism.
Yeah.
I think all of those blend together causes someone to be a procrastinator. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you'll find things that none of those are required. Nothing that requires you to make a heavy decision. There is no judgment. They're not lazy. You know what I'm saying? So characteristically, as a person, they're not a lazy person. And why is this thing? Right. Why is this causing you to be the way you are? Why is it causing you to procrastinate? So I do think on the outside, society says that person just being lazy, and I think that there's a deeper root. And I think the best way out of that would be to create a system that doesn't allow that to be the case.
Yeah. How do you combat laziness? That's the thing. How do you combat laziness?
How do you combat laziness or procrastination?
I would say,
I would say the systems, and not to beat a dead horse. If you don't take anything else away, creating a system is probably number one. You know what I'm saying? Having a schedule, sticking to that schedule for yourself. You owe it to yourself. Stick to the schedule. You made it for yourself. Yeah. Follow it for self-love. You know what I'm saying? Follow that system. And then to find someone who is killing it, crushing it, and lean into them. Ask them questions. Ask how they do it. Get mentorship by them. Pay for the mentorship if you need to, and figure out ways of how their system is flourishing. And I also always find it when I am around people. Like, either I was
about to go there.
If I'm around people in environment or online or whoever I'm engaging with, you tend to, when they're grinding, you'll be like, oh snap, I gotta grind too. You know what I'm saying? And then you're hearing their stories, and you're like, dang, you gotta know. Oh, you got rejected, but you still pushing through.
1,000.
You still pushing through. You know what? Why did I procrastinate and not do that? It's a normal part of the process. Yeah. So let me change your environment and create a system. That's two huge takeaways.
That's great. I love it, dude. Yeah, I think it's that. I was literally going to go there if you didn't go there, so I'm glad you did. Because it's having the accountability and doing this alongside other people who are, just as determined, like, motivated, driven. You guys can share, your battle stories, and that's motivation. Sometimes it's just knowing that you're not the only one to give you encouragement to do it. Because I got group chats like that where it's not always on the up, you know what I mean? But it's like, but we know how to kind of keep encouraging each other and get us back on track. But it's good to be able to have a place with people who get it, who have been in the trenches, who can empathize with you. And that's, it's an unlock, man. Like, you'll find more productivity, when you allow yourself to be vulnerable with a group of like-minded people who are on the same, journey, like that in and of itself can kind of help just spear, it can unlock productivity and also like unlock and get you closer to the destination that you're aspiring towards from the beginning. So
man, how many times, like, I can't count on my hands how many times I've just been in a room. And for my field, I feel like this can work for any field. You're in the room with like-minded people, and just because you're there, they'd be like, "Hey, we have this opportunity. We're looking for. Hold on,
right.
You can do it,
right."
And that same thing that you were battling, you were feeling down on. They thought you were good enough to give that opportunity to you, and you go and you crush it, and it creates a whole different lane, which just reinforces the idea of if you don't procrastinate and you work on this thing, it will open up doors for you. So that's the whole thing. Don't procrastinate. Drop that song. Start that business.
Come on,
Start
man.
that business, man.
Start that accountability group.
Start that accountability. Go to the gym. I'm going to the gym.
Go to the gym. Start that diet. Come on, man.
You got to start. Do it now. Like
right now. That's your homework.
That's your homework.
Let me know if y'all committed. Let us know the thing that you feel like you've been holding off. And
yes,
if you're brave enough, say, I'm committed to start this thing today.
I love that. Yes, do that. Come on, please.
Come on.
We'll encourage you.
That deserves another horn. Come on.
Yes, sir. I love it.
All right. It's time to close out the show, but I realized we missed the wild card. I don't know if we want to close out on that.
I think that's a good closeout.
That's a good closeout. So we will say, like, follow, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, man. If this has been dope for you, I keep forgetting to do it at the top of the show, but it's because we're so excited to get into the content. But if you've been rocking with us, man, we appreciate you just showing support, sharing this with an indie artist that that could use some motivation, and help figure this whole sustainability thing out. You know what I'm talking about? But and also, if you got wins, let us know in the comment section. And if you want us to also shout you out during the pod, check the description below, fill out the form. We'll celebrate you. And also, if you have any questions as well, if you got questions, you want to get a chance for us to answer it, unpack some stuff, or even topics you want to hear us cover, hit the link below, fill out the form, and we might select yours. So
yes, sir. I love it.
All right, this is an interesting wild card, Mr. Bentley, and I feel like we've been on a Drake run recently.
He has absolutely smothered my feeds. He's everywhere. We can't avoid him.
Okay, yeah, I know where you was going with that, but
come on, bro.
Drake absolutely smothered.
Hey, yo.
Let me tell you something.
I haven't been Tesla'd.
Let me tell you something. All right, man.
Let me tell you something.
So,
let me tell you something.
Is Michael Jackson... Oh, sorry, wait. Michael Jackson's son speaks on people comparing Drake to his dad. This is crazy, but the angle you had on this is what is Drake our generation's Michael Jackson? Is that what?
Right? Is Drake our generation's Michael Jackson?
That's hard to say that for anybody, dog. But let's play. I think it's a video on here too. You want to play the video?
Yeah. We can run the video. I think they just go up to the son and is like, "Hey,
Drake just broke one of your dad's records, and fans are saying they think they might be as big as your dad in his heyday. You think that's true?"
I mean, everybody has their own, definition of great, and all respect to Drake for everything that he does. But what my father and my family accomplished in the time that they did it, is very unlikely never to be matched again.
Never matched again.
Yes.
You got a point.
Is he lying? Is he lying? Like,
so talk to me. What's your thoughts on this, man? That's where you got opinions.
The time that they
got opinions.
I am an MJ fan through and through.
Yes.
I grew up dancing like MJ. I got videos of my childhood being like MJ. Listen, I am a fan, but I do think that Drake is our generation's MJ. And in numbers, he's broken the records of hits.
Okay.
I think he has an influence on music. I don't know if it's quite as MJ-esque. But I am not completely off put when somebody says he is our MJ. Like he's the album is him. He literally has MJ's real glove in the
oh really? That's his
album
glove?
artwork. That's his glove.
Okay,
the real glove.
Shout
Signaling
out
that he even thinks. He said, "I'm one away from Michael. Beat it." Like that was a hard bar. So Drake even thinks he's this generation's MJ. And I don't think he's far off numbers wise. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Claude, give me a comparison table between Drake and MJ, stats, popularity, hits, records broken, all that
Claude
kind of stuff. So while it's doing that, I'm going to give my thoughts. So it does, for me, it depends on how we're qualifying this whole comparison, because if we're talking maybe numerics, all that kind of stuff, which I don't, admittedly, I don't know all the numerics and records and all that kind of stuff that Drake, that may be, because that's hard data, you know what I mean? It's hard. I think it's harder. It's not impossible. I think it's harder to quantify impact and celebrity and all this other kind of stuff. And maybe you can nowadays because of, social media with follower counts and all of that type of data. But you said something interesting early on. You said during my childhood, I was doing the dances. I had all of the I'm doing the things. I don't know if you could say the same thing for Drake with kids nowadays. Nobody is imitating Drake the way people, one, imitate Drake then and also imitate MJ then and still imitate MJ now. You know what I mean? That's how I say, I don't think the MJ, it depends on how you're comparing them. As far as impact, legacy, fandom, all that kind of stuff, MJ, it's hard to hold a candle to MJ because he had people fainting, crying, mobbing out. I haven't seen that with Drake. The only person I've seen that with is Bieber, you know what I mean? Or the Jonas Brothers type fandom where girls are going crazy and all this other kind of stuff. But he had, that's the thing. And also I think because Michael Jackson is way less controversial as far as topically, some of them, he is very We Are the World. You know what I mean?
We Are the World.
Drake
His life
is
was a different story, but
Drake is Don't Leave Your Girl Around Me. You know what I mean? So it's you'll limit the scope, I think, of reach just off of the strength of how explicit your themes are. MJ was just liked far and wide. I remember I went to this whole.
I agree. That's not.
I went to this it was this whole little. It's not a workshop. It was something they were putting on here in the city, where they were just kind of documenting just things you didn't know about Michael Jackson. It was like a paid event. You can come and learn about the history of Mike. And one of the stories that they played was a gentleman was talking about how Michael was playing internationally. It was in one of the, Russia or something like that, whatever. His You Are Not Alone song had dropped and it was playing on, internationally. And there was somebody who was listening to the music, couldn't understand a word of what Mike was saying, but broke down in tears because it was resonating with them because they felt
That's
depression.
crazy.
So it was translating where there was no translation. You know what I mean? I don't know that Drake has that level of impact. And so to compare, and that's why I say, if you're saying this generation's, if you're trying to point it to something, maybe that is the best pointer, but I don't know that you could say, he has the type of impact that Michael had. It's hard to duplicate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you made some points. I'm not gonna lie. You made some valuable points. Just the fact that Cats was, to this day, and this is in lieu of the Michael movie, which I don't know if you've seen it.
I've seen it.
Incredible film.
I got opinions about it.
What? I would love to hear your opinions on that.
Yeah, I got opinions. They're not super crazy, but
I agree. I can't disagree with that. I think Michael had more of a deeper rooted in your heart captivation of his audience and people, and was changing more than just music. He was fighting for other stuff. Drake is just fighting.
Drake fighting for Drake.
His ex-girlfriend to listen to him still. But
Drake has a way within people's lives in a very unique way. I think I do think he's unmatched in this era. I feel like it almost might be more appropriate. What is that? Oh, sorry. My Spotify's playing something. Nah, but I almost think it might be more appropriate to compare Drake to somebody within the hip hop category. Like if there's another, top selling artist or whatever.
Right.
Because MJ, he's just so far and wide, man. Like
he's a different.
So let's see what Claude had to say.
Yeah.
So can I? All right, here we go. So stats era: Drake 2006 to present. Michael Jackson was 1964 to 2009. I don't know what time gap that is like numerically. Maybe we could. So it's 20 years from one, and then
it said
1964 to that's way beyond. That's a long run. Which Drake still got some runway. Yeah, Drake still
going.
And that's the thing too. Like posthumous, you know what I mean? Like he's still going. Yeah. Michael Jackson's still going crazy. You know what I mean?
You said 1964
to 2009.
That's 45 years, bruv.
That's crazy, dog.
That's insane.
That's where he was active. That's not talking about his impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Jeez. Wow. Genres for Drake: hip hop and R&B. Michael is pop, R&B, and soul. Billboard #1 singles: 14 for Drake. Just broke Michael Jackson's record with Janice. Shut the fuck. Michael Jackson had 13 top. Total Hot 100 entries. 402. First artist ever over 400. What is Total Hot 100? Is that like Billboard stuff?
I think that's like a whole separate.
I've heard of the Hot 100.
Yeah, I've heard of Hot 100. I don't think that's a part of Billboard. I might be wrong.
I don't know why it said not track same era. Anyway, so career top 10 hits. Drake has 90. Michael had 28. Most songs in 1 week. Most songs in 1 week? Does that mean drop songs?
Drop songs or
I guess that's the
take it as drop songs.
Drop songs in a week. I guess Drake had 42 dropping single week.
Oh, that's this recent. That's this recent.
I don't know why I don't know why they put that.
Yeah, that was
total record sold. That's a good one. During the streaming era, Drake has sold 200 million plus. Jeez. And Mike has done 500 million to 1 billion plus worldwide. I don't know how to dial that in, but he's sold significantly more this year.
I'm going to dial it in. There was no social media when he did that.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Insane. Insane. That means
physical
CDs, bro.
That's wild.
In the jewel cases. 500 million of them joints. Oh, my gosh.
Grammy Awards. Yeah. Drake got 5. Mike has 13 total.
Dang.
8 in a single night. Shout out Mike.
Jeez.
Other awards. Oh, shoot. Other awards. Drake has 30 plus, it says. Mike says 834 total awards across his career. I ain't fact checking, but that's crazy if it's true.
Oh, my gosh.
Guinness records. Multiple chart records for Drake. And then in the Guinness, it says most successful entertainer of all time as far as Guinness Book of World Records. So,
who's most entertaining? Drake?
No, Mike.
Michael. Okay.
Mike. Yeah.
Off of numbers, the numbers were a little further than I thought they were.
Yeah.
500,000 sold.
Yeah. To 1 billion. It said it gave a range from
worldwide,
half a billion to 1 billion. It gave.
Prior to Facebook and social media.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's undefeated.
Yeah,
Michael wins. Michael wins. Michael clears. Shout out to Mike.
He's still the GOAT.
We need a hee soundboard.
We need.
That'd be hilarious. But yeah, that's dope.
Good way to wrap it up, man. Let us know y'all thoughts on this pod. This was a fun one. Let us know what y'all doing for the weekend. I don't know when we're going to drop these, but y'all got plans for the weekend or the week? What y'all doing this weekend? Let me know.
Yeah, engage with us. Let us know.
Yeah, man. Any closing thoughts, final thoughts, man?
Nah, man. I mean, just to tackle it in, if you've been with us this whole time, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're listening to the episode, eat that frog and don't procrastinate. Drop that song today.
Yes. Love it.
Today. Start today. But that's it.
We out of here, y'all.
Yes, sir.